Our nation and the world is facing a very difficult moment. Each of us are experiencing varying levels of anxiety. And while 99% of us may never contract the virus, we'll all become victims to its effects. The outer bands of this viral hurricane were visible for many months, and yet our leaders ignored it. And now to compensate, we're being told to hunker down. We understand this may be the only way to gain control over its spreading, and hopefully everyone will comply. The problem is that we're not given any information as to how long we must hold our heads underwater. It is this lack of critical information that creates the fear which drives our personal and economic anxiety. If we knew how long we must hold our breaths, we could all prepare. And for those without a snorkel, we would know who to help first. This virus has a bullseye on those living hand to mouth, both physically and economically. Those without safety nets will certainly be the front row of economic casualties. Every event, store, restaurant, or school that is closed creates immediate victims. And the longer the economy is forced to live without a timeline, the economic carnage will continue exponentially. Here's what we need to do. First, we need to all explicitly follow instructions not to congregate. We must follow advice of epidemiologists, not people running for office. Second, we need a massive safety net to underpin those on the front lines. An immediate allotment of up to $1 trillion in voucher programs that pay for the food, housing, and uninsured medical expenses for those who lose their employment due to the shutdowns. It should be noted that this is less than the corporations received in the 2017 tax break. Simultaneously, we must begin to construct a baseline to measure the virus. Currently, we don't know what we're dealing with. Every business owner would prefer good information over a low-interest loan. And regardless of the rate, no bank is going to make a loan until they have the confidence that their borrower can repay it. Only with scientific information can our economy begin to rebound and gain the confidence it needs. And only then will it begin to rehire workers. We must begin a random testing program across the country. When we wait to get our information from hospitals or people who have self-reported, we are already far behind the curve. We cannot wait to make our critical guidelines and decisions based upon what happened yesterday or last week. The testing program would include a statistically relevant number of random samples and occur on a continual basis. Like political polling, the margin for error would be small and provide a reliable benchmark for critical decisions. Only then will we know the extent of the virus and its spreading or containment rate. Now, we're guessing in the dark and leaving the rest of us blindfolded. Presumably, we could test 10,000 people per day, and the results could be published weekly. The information would be invaluable to health and policymakers, businesses, and ourselves. The stock exchange would drool for this data. And while the results are certain to increase in the short run, it is the only method to ensure they'll be trusted in the long run. And I can assure you that both Wall Street and Main Street would be glued to the information. The testing could begin tomorrow and would become the national thermometer to our future. Not everything about this event is horrible. First, we should be thankful for the brave healthcare workers and advances in technology that allow us to collect and supply such imperative information and instantly deliver instructions. And hopefully, we learn from this trying time that the world is now instantly connected and permanently inseparable. With this knowledge, we can unite and embrace our future. The virus doesn't care about politics, religion, borders, or ideology. It spreads only with a lack of leadership and common sense. Let's combat this virus with one of our own and send this message to everyone you know and don't know.